everyone, welcome to another lesson. We are finishing off the review that we started in the last lesson. In the last lesson, we covered worksheet 1, 2, and 3. So that meant we spoke about numerals and words. We learned how to write numbers in numerals and in words. We didn't learn, it wasn't a new thing that we learned, but it was sort of a review of grade 5. And then we added on the 100,000s column, so that was new. Then we also spoke about the place values, okay? And it's very important that at this stage you do know the place values. It helps us say numbers, it helps us remember what numbers are, and it helps us to compare and order a big group of numbers, no matter how many digits the number has. It also helps us to identify, to see what number is the biggest and what number is the smallest. So place values are very, very, very important. Okay, and it also later on during the chapter, it's going to help us to add, multiply, divide. It's going to help us with everything. So if you're not sure, please make sure to cover your place values again. In today's lesson, we're going to speak about number sequences. So here we are, we're going to complete number sequences. We're just going to go through all the answers because we've already done it. And then we're also going to go through the answers for rounding numbers. Now, just a quick reminder, just to help you remember, our books are not the same. My book is older than your book, okay? So my answers might not be the same as yours, but it can help you to do your work because it's not too different, okay? Maybe the questions or the numbers are different, but it's a good example for you to see, okay? So after we're done speaking about these 2 points over here, we're going to do a little bit of a self-check, okay? And we can't go too much in detail with the self-check, but it is in your workbook and it's actually at the end of every chapter. So we're going to go through that as well. Okay. So remember, the only way to do maths, the only way to learn how to do maths is to actually do it. Remember, practice makes perfect. Okay? Right, so lesson 4 covers worksheet 4. I just decided to break it up so that you can remember how we spoke about it or how we dealt with it. So lesson 4, here we go. It's in page 7 to 8 in my workbook. If you're not sure, it should be the same in yours actually. Shouldn't be too different, but look for worksheet 4. You should have already done worksheet 4. If not, then here is some help. Okay, so this one was pretty simple. They told me to count on or back in 10,000s. So every single time here I'm going from 66,000 to 56,000. So I can obviously see that I'm minus 10,000. I go back in 10,000s. So that one was pretty easy, very, very, very basic. So minus 10,000, minus 10,000, minus 10,000, minus 10,000. Okay, this is another very important reason why we need to know our place values. Again, now we've counted back in A, so I would assume that we count on in B. So 76,000, 86,000, 96,000, 106,000, 116,000, 126,000, 136,000, and so on. Okay, that was a pretty simple one. Number 2 is also very easy. This time they told me count on or back in 100,000s. Okay, that was my book. My book told me 100,000s this time. So I had to remember, okay, 100,000s, that's the first digit in a 6-digit number. Here we go. 329,000, 429,000, 529,000, 629,000, 729,000. So on, we counted on in A. That's a very, very simple one. They just wanted to test you, to make sure that you know your place values. Okay, so you would assume that in B, I count back 815,000, 715,000, 600. So every single time I just minus 100,000. Okay, here we go. We had to minus, so it says 10,000 less. So that would be minus 10,000. So take away from the 10,000s place, I ended up with 902,448, and I found that that was E. Okay, so that was the E over there. And it's very basic, it's just a small riddle. What animal always goes to sleep with its shoes on? And then they've got little horseshoes here, so we knew it was horse before we even had to do it. Okay, 10,000 more, so now I have to add on 10,000, 98,316. 100,000 less, that would be 665,125. Okay, so please you write your answers in here, it's not too difficult. Okay, so far so good. This worksheet is very, very easy so far. No problems yet, no problems at all. Yeah, let's keep going. Okay, so I think number 4 gets a little bit trickier. Look at the sequence below, then fill in the blanks. Okay, so I have to ask myself, how do I go from 99,763 to 99,768? Okay, let's go to the drawing board. Okay, so here we are on the drawing board. I've just done this very, very quickly. I've gone through the units, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, and the 10,000s, just so that we can go through place values again. This is my first number in this number sequence, 99,763, and this was the second one, 99,768. We can clearly see that there's a difference in the units column over here, and so the difference would be what have I done to get from 3 to 8? I've added on 5. There we go. So that is all. If you're really struggling, you don't know what the difference is, you'll have to practice your place values again, or just minus or plus. Do what you can. Okay, so here we are. Look at the number sequence, then fill in the blanks. We've already discovered that how we get from 63 over here to 68 over here is to add on 5. So then I would do the same right over here with this digit. This is going to be very, very difficult for me to do. There we go. I hope everyone can see my answer. 99,773. So I've added on 5. 8 plus 5 is 15. Carry it over. And then I'm going to add on 5 again. I'm back to 8 at the back there. So there we go. I know. Oh no. Okay, there we go. I hope you can see my answer. It's terrible. 99,778. Okay, and so on. So on. 8 plus 5. There we go. 99 over there. Okay, that's 99,000. These are 9s, by the way. There they are, those are 9s. 99,788. So the number sequence starts with 99,763. To find the next number, do we count on or do we count back? We plus, so we count on in 5s. There we go. We count on in 5s. Next one. Number 4B. Are you ready? I hope so. Okay, I've made this one a tiny bit bigger because there was not enough space for me to write everything in here. So I'm just going to draw arrows to where we need to do things. Okay, so here I need to move on to the next number sequence, but I don't know how to because, well, it's a bit difficult because there's no next number. So I'm going to move on to the middle over here. I've got 692,342. Then I see over here in the units column there's a difference. Every other place value and value is the same except for the units column. So if I go from 2 to 0, I must then minus, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is just start to fill in all of these here. My number sequence does start with 692,346, and I know that I'm minusing now, so I'm counting back, and it is in 2s. Okay, so minus 2 here, minus 2 here, too many, not enough 3s there. Okay, so here we go. My next number would be minus 2, 692,344. this big number over here minus 2, 692,338. And just to make sure we're still okay, 8 minus 6, that is 2. We're perfect. That was a very, very easy one. Okay, we're at 4C. So we've got 12,119. My next number is 12,127. So I can clearly see there's an increase here. The numbers get bigger as I go on. So I'm going to say, fill in these blanks over here. I know the sequence starts with 12,119. So I'm happy with that answer. And I know that I'm counting on. Okay, that was very bad. There we go. We are counting on. I know that the numbers get bigger. Okay, so here we are. We're going to add on 8 because we know that 19 plus 8 is 27. Those are the only differences. So let's add on 8 here again. 7 plus 8 is 15. Carry the 1 over there. That's 3, 1, and then 12,000. Okay, this one I've not made big enough. Okay, and then I'm just going to put an arrow over here so that it's a bit easier for me. So let's plus 8 again. There we go. And we've got 12,143. So that one was the easy one. Again, maybe a bit harder, I suppose. 8's a bigger number, so here we go. We count on an 8. And then the last one is D. I don't know. I think I should just skip D. You can do that one on your own. These ones are very basic, so good luck. Okay, as we can see, D again goes into bigger digits, and we can clearly see there's only it's a decrease, so we know we're going to say count on back, right? We're going to say count back because we go from 135 over here to 132, so that's why we know the numbers are decreasing. Okay, number 5. Mr. Tan bought a house for 202,350. Mr. Lee bought a house for 100,000 less. He bought it for less than Mr. Tan. How much money did Mr. Tan or Mr. Lee pay for his house? If he paid 100,000 less, okay, that's a super easy one. All we need to do is minus 100,000. So the final answer, Mr. Lee paid 102,350. Okay, I think that your answer might be the same as mine if I can remember. Number 6. So this is where things start to get a little bit interesting. Let us give it a go. So for A, I've noticed that we add on 1. Then we add on 2. To get to the next number, we've gone from 129 to 130 to 132. So if we add on 1, we add on 2, and then we would add on 3. So we'd have, my answer would be 46,135. Then I'd have to add on another 4. That would be 46,139 over here. Okay. Let's see if you can try the next one. So I'm going to go back to one screen again. Here we are. We're at B now. We go 128, 125. That's okay, minus 3. And then 119. That is not 3. And then we go from 119 to 110. So what do you think we've done? We minus 3. We minus something. Minus something else. Okay, here we are. So every single time we minus, we're minusing in the multiples of 3, aren't we? Take away 3 every time. Okay, so take away 3, take away 6. The difference between these two are 3. The difference between these two are 3. The difference between these two are 3. This is a quadratic one. Very, very fun. You'll do this in high school. It doesn't just stop here. Okay. So I've helped you. I've given you some guidance. I hope that you got that. If not, send me a message. Here we go. Oh no, spoilers. C. So let's go back to C over here. We've got 193,564. We go from 64 to 68. So we plus 4. Then we plus something else. Here we are at a 588, and we end up at 604. So we've done something here. If you're really lazy, let's check. Where's my calculator? There it is. Okay, we can just say, what was that? 604 minus 604 minus 588. Okay, there we go. 16. So here we've gone from 4, 16. So let's go back. Okay, so in orange I've done the ones that we had to find out. Okay, we had to think about it there. What would we have done? And then you need to check your answer to make sure that it does check out. So plus 4 plus 8 plus 12 plus 16 plus 20. And this we know because we've used a bit of logic here. We thought, these look like the multiples of 4. Again, the difference is 4 between each. There's a second layer of differences there. Okay, and then I'll help you with D. I think you guys must have done it already. So there you go. And our final lesson, rounding. Okay, we did a lot of rounding in the last lesson when we spoke about rounding. I think that was on Tuesday that you saw that. So this one should be new to you. It should be the freshest in your memory. Here we go. I've given you some answers already. I've said I'm rounding to the nearest 10, so I've done a few of these answers for you. Remember, the rule is 5 or more, round up. 5 or more, round up. Less than 5, round down. Okay, here we are. I'm going to start off at 471,005. So as I know, I'm rounding to the nearest 10, so I need to look at the units column. So my answer would be 471,910. 5 is closer to 10 than it is to 0. That's our rule. That's how we have to remember these things. Next, I've got a 9 in the units column. I'm still rounding to the nearest 10, so I'm always looking at this column. I need to change. Does this one change or does it stay the same? Does the 10s change or stay the same? Okay, I'm going to get rid of that because I didn't like that. There you go. Here we are. So that's a 9. That means I round up. So 258, 820. Okay, 19 is very, very, very close to 20. So that was an easy one. 7. Again, I'm rounding up here. Okay, 47 is very, very close to 50. Okay, and the last one, again, it's a 7, and it's also a 9. So 9 plus 1, that changes a lot. Here we go. There we go. Okay, this isn't new to you guys. You do know how to round numbers. So it's just more practice. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to round to the nearest 100. So I'm looking at these 2 digits over there. I'm looking at the hundreds. And how do I know the hundreds changes or not? I need to look at the tens column. Okay, 5 or more, that's our golden rule. 5 or more. Okay, here we go. That's a 9, so 300. That's a number 3. Okay, next, there is a 5, 5 or more. Here we go, 23,100. That's a 0, so okay, look at that. In our hundreds, there's usually 2 zeros. In our tens, there's usually 1 0. So that's also how you can sort of check yourself. Make sure that you do have it ending on a 0. That's how we round. That's how we know we're close to it. We're just trying to find easy numbers. So here we go. We've got an 8. And I've also got a 9. So that one will be 66,000 because, well, 9 plus 1. Okay, and then we go again. We've got a 0 now over here. So I'm going to say 471,900. Rounding to the nearest 100. Look at the tens place this time. Tens place. So we've got a 1 in the tens place. So I'm rounding down. My hundreds column stays the same. There we go. Here we go. I know that my handwriting is very, very bad in this example. But anyway. Let's continue. Here we go. 4 in the tens place, so the 6 will remain the same. I'm rounding down. Okay, and I'm going to skip this one. You can do this on your own. This one you can do on your own. Here we go. Let's do the top 3 and then we'll leave all of this for you. So you've got some practice on your own. Maybe your numbers are the same as mine, maybe they aren't. If they are the same, then I don't want you to use all my answers. So I'm going to do these top 3 with you. Okay, I need to round to the nearest 1,000. So this means I have to look at the hundreds column. The hundreds column tells me what do I do with the thousands. Okay, so that's a 2. That means rounding down. There we go. It was an easy one. That's a 0. It's very, very easy. 23,000. That's a 0. And the last one, I've got a 6 now. Got a 6 now, and I've also got a 9 in the thousands column. So this one changes a great deal. 60,000. Okay, there we go. Let's move on. I can clearly see that I need to color in the second owl. So this one you'd color in red. Looks very, very bad. But that's the one we're going to color in red. Look at the remaining owls. Color in blue the number or numbers, so it can be more than one, that gives you 500,000 when rounded to the nearest 1,000. So I'm going to round all of these 3 to the nearest 1,000. Okay, and so clearly I can see that I've got 2 numbers that round to 500,000. So that would mean that I would have to color these 2 in blue. So the only owl with no color is owl number 3. Hi everyone. Okay, so I've unfortunately run out of time. I can't finish the worksheet. We only did number 1 and 2 for the rounding worksheet. Let me know if you want to see the answers for the next one, or just send me pictures if you have any questions. Whenever we have time again, we'll go through the answers again. If you're okay though, that's very good. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.